Yeah, I have this theory that when we get sick, it's not just one thing. I
Mm.
think that if it's just one thing, our body can live with it. I think that when the problems um, stack up or pile up, then then our body eventually can't cope. And I think that's the basis of almost all sickness and illness that is I would say viral in nature. It's different if you play football and you break your leg or something like that. That's that's a different kind of activity. But I think that we can all. It's like solving problems, like work is. Yeah. So your boss gives you one problem to solve, you can solve it. He gives you two problems to solve, and that multiplies the difficulty. Then you get three problems, and then you don't have enough time to focus, and then you get four problems, and eventually as human beings we tend to take on as many problems as we can until we break. And for some people they need to do that. It's in their psychology. They need to know how much can I handle, how much can I take. And for other people it's just not very good at all because it just they don't know when to stop, and it breaks down their system, and because nobody really knows when to stop. um, and so if you've got an irregular environment, if you're meeting people, if the weather's changing, if you have to work, if you have to think about a lot of things, and then psychological and emotional stress on top of that is 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 hard. It's natural that the body's going to say, "I need a break from everything, really." um, and and listening to our own body is very important as well. And we all have a tendency to forget or not do it from time to time. I try to spend a period of time each day just focusing on how do I feel and what does my body need right now. And it's something that it's one of those very, very simple things that nobody ever teaches anybody, right? Everyone seems to think that for some reason you should always automatically know it, but I don't think people do, because people's heads are full of noise a lot of the time. There's a lot of noise in life. Um, the An unhelpful noise, like a radio where you can't find the radio station or something like that. It's just like it's just this noise. Um, if you've ever, you've probably never done this, but you can get you can get these applications for phones that measure frequency in a place, and you don't feel anything, but if you turn on the phone and you measure what's happening in and around your environment, it's like there's there's five different Wi-Fi signals, and there's all these technical things communicating with each other, and it's all creating some level of noise and stress in the environment as well. Um, of course, autumn is the time of year when people get more sick naturally, and the body is weaker. We're inside more, the climate changes, there's less sunlight. Um, it's it's just naturally like that. But as I said, I try to ask myself every day, like, where where's my body at? How do I feel? What do I think I I need? And it seems to work. It seems to work quite well. I had a friend who was Slovak, and he was uh, he was in the Olympics for Slovakia. Actually, he was an athlete, and he's also a sports teacher. And we were talking one day about his training, and he said that he completely changed his training, and he was much happier. And what he did was he decided to do what he felt comfortable with rather than what was traditionally expected, and he felt that he had much more energy as a result. So being able to input energy into your yourself is extremely important. And all the problems I talked about before, they all take emotional energy out of a person, and you can feel really drained. You can feel really empty um, after those kinds of experiences. And it's a it's an art to keep yourself healthy, and it's an art to be able to fill yourself up with the right kinds of positive energy on a daily basis. Some people do it with prayer, some people do it with affirmations. I'm not a, as a Christian, I think prayer works for me. I'm not a big fan of affirmations where, people say, I'm strong, I'm good, I'm clever, I'm not really convinced that that's, um, I think you're trying to tell yourself something that you might or might not be in that kind of scenario. Um, and the only solution to problems with self is working on the self, not not ignoring it. Um, and health is wealth at the end of the day. Yeah, if you've got a if you've got $10 million in the bank and you feel sick, the $10 million doesn't really mean much, It doesn't, because you would exchange that $10 million just to feel healthy. So history is full of people who built huge fortunes and never had an opportunity to enjoy a lot of the things around about them. Conversely, history is full of people who made huge fortunes and enjoyed them too much as well, because it's easy come and easy go.